will not call your mother out of her name ever again. Like she crazy, cursing at her, telling her what you won't do. You won't clean your room. You won't do what you want to do. And you talk to your mother like that? Like you tough? Do you think you tough, little man? Talk to me like you talk to your mother. Talk to me. You think you tough, don't you? Boss up on me. Cuss me out. Tell me you ain't going to do what I say do. I dare you. I dare you. You ain't going to do it to me? Why you do it to her? Why you talk to her disrespectfully? Why? Little boy, answer me. Why do you talk to your mother disrespectfully? You don't know why you do it. Today I'm going to help you find out why. And today it ends. Today it ends. Do you understand? You will not call your mother out of her name ever again.
Now this is important. And that young man is never going to forget that. That's going to play in his head for the rest of his life. And the reality of the matter is, without that gentleman giving that young man guidance, he would never know how to treat a woman. He would never know respect unless someone in some way, maybe even more harshly than he presented it to him, presents it to him. I'll tell you a story. When I was young, probably around that young man's age, one of my uncles, now I'll mention that I was raised by my mom and my grandma in the house. My father wasn't around. However, my mom understood the importance of having me around strong masculine men to kind of show me the way, show me how to hustle, show me how to work hard. And one day I'm at a cousin's house, we having a sleepover, and his father was there, and we were all wrestling, and I hit his father as hard as I could. His father then in turn hit me back. I know it wasn't as hard as he could, but it was very hard to me, and something I never felt before. And I've been, whoopings and everything with my father, but not my father, I'm sorry, with my mom. But he hit me, and he could tell that I was hurt. And he said, "Don't dish out what you can't take." If he had never done that, that lesson could have been a harder lesson than him hitting me, I'm sure not as hard as he could, but hard enough to teach me a lesson. And also, within that lesson, telling me, don't dish out what you can't take. And to this day, that's something that's sticking in my head. So I didn't grow up to be a bully or anything of that nature, because from that moment on, I had respect, and I was very cautious as to what battles, basically choosing my battles wisely, because if it wasn't for a good enough cause, there was no need for me to get aggressive with anyone, simply because I knew better than to dish out what I couldn't take. And with that said, this young man is going to go on to be a better man. He's going to grow up with that lesson. The easiest way that lesson could have been presented to him from a place of love, and not from him going out there disrespecting women or disrespecting anyone for that fact. Because if you're not willing to do that same thing to this man standing in front of you, why are you doing it to your mom? And most likely, I try to have empathy for that young man. Not that he's disrespectful or that he meant any harm, he just didn't know any better. It's possible that mom just didn't know how to discipline a young man. And my mom found herself plenty times in that situation and had to have men come and kind of put me in my place. So that's kind of my take on that, it's very important that men are able to pass down what we've learned from a loving perspective, and that our young men don't go out and have to learn the hard way. That could be death, jail, or anything, just being out there doing things that are disrespectful to others. So, until next time.